Sup, nerds? Welcome to Omni4Game podcast. I am Sean, and as always, we have Chris and Brandon with us.
Hey guys, today is episode 5 of the Omni4Game podcast. Today we go over a slight local recap. We go over ban list discussion. We have the marketplace discussion. And then, of course, we finish things off with card designs that we want to see in the future. So if you like this content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stick around, and everybody hold your Tommies up high.
All right, so first topic, locals recap. Brandon is going to deliver that for us.
Yeah, I was the only one who went this week. Chris and Sean had other obligations. So I got absolutely waffle stomped the entire night. It felt real bad. We only had 3 rounds. Wasn't a very large showing because we were missing quite a few players. But so first round, I went 1-2 to... this is the first time they've heard of it as well, so they're going to be reacting to this as well. I lost to Greymon Ace.
You lost to Caleb?
No. I lost to Will playing Caleb's deck. So, this week I was playing the full purple, just everything's purple, Garu deck. What does that deck not have? Battle protection. So what happened after I was done swinging with my Eismon with all their jamming? Okay, cool, let me promote my level 5 wear, push for game. First check's level 6. Okay. And that happened every game. Every game it happened to me. It was feels bad.
So you just lost your memory?
Yeah. No, if I wasn't killing them, I don't go into the ace.
Okay.
You don't go into ace until you're killing. Because you're just using it as a free level 6 Evo.
Did he ever blast Evo you and just block out of nowhere?
There's no way you're dumb enough. There's no way. I was gonna say, there's no way. Like that's the whole thing about ace cards. Like the ace cards are cool. The ace cards are cool. I like the idea. I like the interaction with them. But you have to be a really bad player to play yourself into that.
Yeah, you do.
You have to. Like, I'm just leaving my level. I'm just Digivolve into a level 5. Pass turn. Go ahead, buddy.
So this is what he would do. He would Evo into the Metal X for extra security check and extra DP, swing security, and then use another card to pass turn so the level 5 was ready to go into the ace.
Oh, it's just sitting there. You don't have to worry about it. It's not doing anything.
Just harmless little level 5.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me.
The problem is, if he didn't see the 4-cost option, my stack could just kill it before the ace hits the board. Because the Metal Garu has a win attacking pop it, removes their protection, unless they have way more layers than I can deal with. But, spoiler, he's not running any Agu X's from what I can tell. So you always had 1 layer. And then you X evolve into the Metal X, and it bounces back to hand, so...
Hold on, he wasn't running Agu X?
As far as I can tell, no.
I think it's red base.
No, I think it was all black. Every card was black. He ran the 4-cost tie. He ran the 3-cost tie.
No, I mean the Tama and the rookies red base.
Black.
He must have changed it from last week.
Yeah, starter deck, new starter deck stuff.
I recorded a test match versus Caleb last week before locals started, and I contemplated if I wanted to even post the match. At one point, I swung with my Raid War Gray into his guy, and he blast evo'd and gained a bunch of DP, but I was still bigger than him. So I just swung through him anyway, and he lost 4 memory. He didn't math correctly, and I was still 1,000 DP bigger, and I was like, "Cool, gain 4 memory, thank you."
I love Caleb too because I can imagine his reaction right now. He just,
he was he was excited when he was like blast evo trigger double tie. I was like,
we all get excited.
I was like, "How big are you?" And he was like 16, and I was like, "I already told you I'm 17."
Yeah, we all get excited for our first blast evo.
Yeah.
But so game 1, I absolutely stomped him. That was the one game I actually popped off. I decked myself out killing him. That was hilarious. So I got that game, and then game 2, really unlucky, hit the big guys in security, and then game 3 I never saw level 5, so I just lost. Which is funny because I actually switched in some level 5s that I can actually play instead of the WereGaru X's.
You can't play Purple Memory Boost, can you, without bottom decking the Melga X, right?
It bottom decks the Melga X and my Omnimons, and the Omnimons are actually really vital to the OTK combo now.
Are you playing Analog Youths now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to search.
Which those came in clutch. They were so nice. 3. I wanted 4.
3. You got to play 4.
Yeah, you play 4.
I wanted to play 4, but
if you're not playing the Mem Boost, play 4.
Analog Youth was Cool Boy before it was cool.
Yeah. I just wanted extra space for an extra copy of Lament, which came in really clutch, because anytime like one of my Omnis got hit out of security, I can just grab it back, and I have OTK combo in hand now.
Oh yeah, I forget what that card does.
It just grabs any Digimon from trash, and then your Garurumon on the board gains when deleted, play it back.
Seems good.
And then, so round 2, let me guess, you got the bye.
No. Worse. Much, much worse. Round 3, I got the bye, which was the final round.
Okay.
That is awful. You have to sit there and wait for the end of the tournament because you're running it.
I'm running it, so I'm just sitting there.
Just watching people play.
No. So, round 2, I played against Hunters, and got completely O2'd. Stomped.
Did he show you why his deck is superior?
I see what you did there.
I resent that. So, game 1, I swung with my Eismon. They had jamming. Couldn't do anything about it. Again, how many cards does Hunters play that are big?
Not that many. I mean, if you realistically think about it, not that many.
What's your definition of big?
Over 8K.
4 in the list that you're playing against.
Oh, okay. Over 8K? Then yeah, just superior.
It's literally just 4, because he doesn't play Quartz.
Nope.
Okay, he doesn't play Quartz? Okay.
So guess what was the check going into... Because I had to kill him this turn. I had 0 security, because he rushed me down with a superior mode real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I had OTK in hand. The only thing was, I was missing Blitz Omni, so I had to swing with the level 5 first. It was the only unsafe check. After the level 5 swung, everything after that would have been easy. Superior mode. And I lost.
Get bodied.
I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. Because he had a body in the raising, so I had to kill him that turn.
Yeah.
And then game 2, I never drew a level 4. Like, in my opening hand, I had 3 level 3s, and I was like, oh, and an Analog Youth. So I had 3 level 3s and an Analog Youth, and I was like, do I risk playing the Analog Youth if I can't OTK? And I was looking at it, and I was like, if I mulligan, I feel like I'm gonna not see a level 3. So I kept the hand, and then I drew for turn. I drew for swinging with the Suna. I drew for swinging with the Suna, and I Analog Youthed. And through all of that, I never saw level 4.
Do your rookies not search?
No.
Oh.
They draw. They draw, discard. But they're inheritables. They're inheritable draw discards.
Sean, we had this hilarious interaction the other day, me and Brandon. He was talking about building this deck. And then I brought up one of the Agumons. And I said, why don't you just play that Gabumon of it? And he looks at me and he goes, we don't have that Gabumon. He goes, yeah, we don't have that. Like, I wish Agumon was it.
You don't have one that searches a Greymon and a Tai Kamiya tamer? Or a Greymon and a Marcus Damon tamer?
It was worse. He goes, why do you play all the purple ones? Why don't you just play one of the blue ones that can Evo on top of the purple baby?
That one right there. That right there. He goes, we don't have that. You guys don't have that?
Like, you guys don't have cards that do that?
We don't get that till BT15.
Yeah, I just assumed Gabumon had one.
No.
That's right hand up. That's on me.
You assume their support has been good?
Yeah, we haven't had good support since BT9. After the ban list, do you know what I have to run? Right? In EX5, if I'm running purple, I have to run this. I don't know if you guys know what this is. This is a vanilla. This is what these look like. I know you new players
it's got 4,000 DP though, dude. That's a pretty swole vanilla.
That's massive. Normally that would cost 1 to Digivolve.
Yeah.
Normally Normally they would cost 1 to Digimon.
Yeah, I don't know if you new players know what this is. This is what we call a vanilla. It has
Dude,
no effects.
just play Psychmon. People don't read cards. It looks like Goblin.
Yeah,
I'm probably just gonna play the blue bottom. Gonna have to.
You probably legitimately need to.
Yeah, I got access to Ep.5. Just gotta play it.
So and then you got the bye round 3, so you went 1-2 technically.
I hate getting buys after losses because you're just sitting there.
So good little transition with Brandon bringing up the ban list. Do we want to just go into that for our topic? Our ban list reactions. I want to start this because the ban list came out on what was it, Tuesday morning?
Tuesday morning at like 4 or 5 a.m.
I'm at work. I'm in our cooler, and we get a text. I get a message in our group chat from Brandon, and he gives us the ban list. And I see all the cards and everything, but he only sent the cards that had been recently restricted. And then Sean, about 20 minutes later, Sean sends a message saying Tommy and Savior become unrestricted. And when I tell you, I lost it in that dairy cooler. In that cooler, I lost it. I was trying to pull up TCG's marketplace so fast. We'll get to that later. That's my topic. That's what I want to talk about. I was so hyped. Bandai is on crack, bringing Savior off. Okay, Tommy makes sense with all the new cards. They must have tested. I don't know a Bandai test, to be honest. Some decisions they make.
I have a theory.
I don't know.
I too have a theory.
They literally. I think it's because we all have the same theory. They want to slow it down. Right, that's what it has to be. Tommy slows down. It helps slow down the format a little bit. Like Tommy itself helps. Like it helps speed up the new cards that are coming out because obviously like all the Gomamon cards and his little thing in BT14 are source removers, but none of and only what does the Zudomon stun?
Zudomon bounces. It strips 2 sources and bounces a sourceless Digimon.
So I think they wanted to stun a little bit more and help speed that up, but slow down the format at the same time. And then I guess their counter offer to that was like, okay, well, bring Savior back. It'll it'll still be fast. Like, I guess I don't see why Savior came off because if Jess opens up well, which they still have to, they still have to see other pieces.
They're gonna have the training options now though.
Yeah. But I don't think
you still have to play sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is the biggest problem that the Jess has always had is you have to play the sister mons. Mm-hmm. They're vital to the deck. You have to play them. You don't get any of your effects without playing them, so you have to play them. But the Savior, that one, everybody's gonna have this experience where that one Jessmon player is gonna come to your locals and they're gonna high roll the ever living hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're gonna lose that first die roll. They're gonna Digivolve. Promote Digivolve, and now they have a Jessmon with Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just gonna whole security gone.
Yep.
It's turn 2. You've lost already.
Yeah.
Now it makes me think that our players in response to this, trying to prepare for Jessmon, are they gonna start playing more security cards, more bombs, and that hopefully maybe they because it doesn't really have protection, right?
Nope.
It doesn't, but they can play ADP. They used to back then.
Well, they have the Sistermon with Decoy now. But Decoy's trash.
Yeah, so. Decoy is going to be bad because I think the better decks are going to be like blue and yellow next format.
Yeah, Decoy doesn't do anything to DP reduction or getting stunned and bounced.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit easier to counter Jessmon because they are way more high rolly, and you can try and build your deck to have some more security options to maybe hopefully they hit out of security to blow up the stack than it is Tommy and Blue Hybrid. Like Blue Hybrid still has to open up well. I mean, your opponent still has to play Digimon. You play against a smart player. They're not going to promote. They're going to wait. They're going to play smart, and then Blue Hybrid's just going to maybe try and chip away at you at that point. But I think Blue Hybrid's a little bit, I don't want to say more fair. It's definitely less high rolly though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's they're both annoying. They're both annoying in their own ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blue Hybrid's way more interactive, though, at least.
Yeah. Right. Your opponent, there's way more outplay with Blue Hybrid than there is Jessamon.
Yeah. Jessamon's just like, hey, open the nuts, you're dead.
I think we're all in agreement. I don't know about Brandon. Me and Sean definitely are. I still think Jet could have come off.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
100%.
Jet could have came off.
If you
I was
bring
surprised
Tommy
it
off,
wasn't
you could bring
if they
Jet.
took Tommy and Savior off. I'm surprised they didn't take Jet off too.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that this ban list showed us though was Bandai is willing to take cards off.
Yeah, because this is the first instance of a card going back from 1 to 4.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that because I know we're gonna get Jet off like in the not too distant future because of that.
Yeah, we have to.
Especially with at this point.
Especially a good little transition there, Sean. Especially with Geo getting hit.
Yeah.
Geo slows down Yellow, or the hit to Geo Greymon slows down Yellow Hybrid. It slows down the Yellow Vaccine deck that's coming on BT14. Shine, like it's hitting it's slowing. I know, Sean. You don't think it helps that much in Shine. I mean, it's still playing a free tamer on a security.
It is if there's one in there. The Geo card's very good. I think it getting limited hurts other decks more than it hurts Shine. Shine doesn't really care. Like having played Shine, like anytime I have that Geo in my hand, that Geo's not really that good unless you know there's a tamer in there, right? Like one of your marks has been recovered into it or something.
Because it definitely, like I said, I think it hurt Yellow Hybrid and the Yellow Vaccine deck way more than it hurt Shine.
Yeah.
And I don't even think the Yellow Vaccine deck was doing anything. Like, it's a fun deck, but it's still like you still have to have card. Yeah, just because
it was doing okay
in Japan, Brandon. We've been over this. Japan
won a couple 8-man locals.
Yeah, Japan's so much different. Like I don't see what's you're gonna be able to beat.
We can't even.
That's like us posting on Twitter who wins our locals every week and being
is
tier 1.
At this point, though, it is irregardless how the deck did in Japan. It's going to have entirely different.
Yes.
Because of this ban list.
Yeah, our meta is going to be way different. Yeah.
Our meta
just
is
with Tommy.
Vastly different.
Just with Tommy, they didn't have Tommy during this set.
Nope.
We do now. Like, but it's at the same time, you couldn't tell me like the Yellow Vaccine deck is going to do anything against Jessamon if they open it well.
Oh yeah, they just
get rolled. They just get rolled.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care that Angemon has almost cussed. I don't care that Angemon has an 8-pack. Jessamon's killing him. I don't care. He can be as shredded as he wants.
Is Jessamon a virus?
No, he's a roll. No, data.
I'm checking.
I don't know.
Okay, check real quick.
I think he's a data. I think that or a vaccine.
Okay, you're just going with everything that's not virus.
Savior's data, so I assume he's data.
Data. Okay, data. I thought so.
He seems like he's data.
You would know that, Sean, if you played Cyber Sleuth. Boom.
You got me.
Yeah, you gotta play Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory.
Some of the other cards that got hit, Brandon, I'll let you talk about some of them that impacted you the most.
Okay, so as far as this ban list goes, I was correct in the fact that they were hitting the purple engine.
Kill them, but you couldn't even play the deck. Agumon eaten.
Yeah.
You can't even play your stuff.
I don't feel bad about the gray exit anymore because
with this one ban list, right? With this one ban list, we now officially have less hit cards than Gabumon does, right?
I mean, are we counting Geo Greymon?
Yeah, that counts.
Oh, so what 2-2 now, right?
That's 2-2.
Is it 2-2?
Greymon X.
Yeah,
Geo
I think Greymon X and 2. Yeah, I wouldn't count the Eisbon. The Eisbon is just purple in general.
Yeah, it's purple support.
No, because they got Wear. Wear's limited.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way there's not another card hit.
Dude, think about it. We've been getting support for Agu ever since this game's come out.
Also, Icewall has Melga on its art.
So. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. So go ahead, Brent. Go ahead. Talk about your Gabumon cards.
Yeah. So I was correct in the fact that the purple engine was getting hit. It was just I thought it was either maybe going to be Analog Youth being hit to 1, because that is a very generically good card for Apocalypse.
Cool Boys at 4, Analog Youth ain't getting hit.
Well, it was more for the Apocalypse deck, because a lot of people were complaining about its ability to dump 2 cards into trash immediately.
Okay. So I want to ask a question. I know the answer to this because we already talked about this, but I want you to explain it again for all the people I happen to see on social media complaining that Bandai hit the wrong cards because they want to make money.
Yeah.
So please explain why they hit these cards over the other cards.
Okay, so basically...
And what those cards are, that people wanted to get hit.
Yeah, so people wanted Garurumon X to be hit. So Garurumon X has a Wind Digivolving effect that is essentially Eismon's on deletion effect, but you also gain a memory in addition to that. So not only do you get to essentially trash 2 cards, you're drawing 3, trashing 2, and then you gain a memory if you have Garu or X antibody in your source, which is most often. And they wanted that out, but the thing is, the card has not only not come out in English, it's too new. That's the issue. These companies don't want to hit a card. Normally, there have been exceptions, like Mega Digimon Fusion.
That card was legal for like 2 formats.
Yeah. Well, I was more referring to like when Susanomon comes out, they nip that right in the bud.
Yeah.
For us at least, and not Japan.
HPD, Sarismon, HPD,
yeah.
and Argomon. I'm sorry.
We got that list when we got that set. I think that's the only time they've ever hit something like that. Like as we got the stuff.
I think that. Sorry to interrupt you again, Brandon. But I think that showed them, like maybe their sales took a hit or something that set, and they were like, "Hey, we can't hit these cards as soon as they come out in America." Yeah. You know what I mean? Because guess what happened to Sarismon and the Digizorption? It tanked. The whole set tanked, I think, because that was like the deck. I think a lot of people wanted to play in that because again, it was broken.
It was tier 0 in Japan.
Yeah, it was tier 0. So of course people were like hyped for it, and they're gonna buy the set. They announced the ban list right before the set's gonna come out, like what, a couple weeks?
Yep.
And then no one gets to play with the cards. Yeah, no one gets to play with the cards, so people don't want to buy the set.
Back on track, the other card that people wanted to get hit was Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse, if you don't know...
We don't even have it yet.
Yeah, we don't have it. It's a BT15. It's a BT15 secret rare. So, to put that in perspective, imagine the chase card of your set being hit to 1 or banned before the set even drops.
It's like
nobody's going to want to buy the set because you're going to have 1 card in the set that is literally worthless.
It was like Death X or BT9, like if that card had gotten hit before we got BT9.
Yeah. It's like Oryukin mode or something like that. Those are 2 good secret rares for that set.
I will say this is why a lot of people want separate ban lists. Because if we had separate ban lists, they could do this to Japan. They could hit the cards they want to hit on Japan and leave them alone. And then when it gets to be a problem at our format, because typically our formats tend to be different, they can hit the cards that are problems with us. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh has it. That's why they have separate ban lists.
So the problem with that is it's basically telegraphing what will eventually be hit for us. So it would have the same effect, just not as immediate. Yeah, but people would be like not wanting to buy into a deck because they know it's gonna get hit down the road.
Yep. Yeah.
But
so
the thing is that's player psych again, right? And that could come into effect when people go, maybe I don't play this deck because I know it's gonna get hit, so less people play it, sees less representation. It can still win, but it's not gonna have the crazy amount of representation.
Yeah. So essentially,
it's like a good bad thing. I agree with you, Sean, because it affects the markets either way.
Yeah.
So what Bandai did really was they hit the cards. Yeah, sorry. They hit the cards that we had already. So they hit Eismon again, the other Eismon. So now both Eismon are at 1.
Again, that card is such a good card. What other cards in the game are doing what Eismon does?
Yeah.
And it's a 4 cost to hard play. That card is very good.
It's such a good card. I'm surprised it took this long.
And then, of course, the Gabumons. They were the lower engine of the deck. One of them was a once per turn, draw 1, discard 1, which is very good for a deck that swings multiple times. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, the BT2 Gabumon was a on deletion, draw 2, discard 1. So it enabled purple players. Okay, I'm not even going to say purple players. It enabled people to play an engine in their deck that allowed them to fill up their trash. So any deck that utilized the trash essentially had infinite resources.
Yeah, if you have Eismon, BT2 Gabu, and Demi Marimon, it's draw 6, discard 3.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand. Digimon's already a draw.
Cards that are now in trash as well because the Eismon died.
Like,
so
I don't think people understand. Trash. People don't understand. Digimon's already a draw-heavy card game. You're drawing every time you Digivolve. Not a whole lot of card games do that. Like, any card that can get you further in your deck is a good card. Because you're trying to get to your pieces. Any card that can cycle that out faster it's a good card. It's because, and especially with purple. Purple is such a dumb thing for them to keep doing this with purple, and that's why, just like with HPD, Sean, I think purple needs to stop doing this. They want to interact with the trash, right? Because that's purple's thing.
Yeah.
So they make you draw cards and then discard them because they want to try. Because it's just like Belfimon, right? They have this little engine that goes, but you want to have fewer cards in your hand. That's what ends up happening. That's why I think Belfimon's balanced, because you have less cards in your hand, right? But you're still cycling your deck. Yeah, so less options. But that's the problem with what's going on with Eismon is you're drawing multiple cards. You have options.
Yep.
That's why this card got hit.
You're always keeping an extra card in hand and getting rid of cards you don't need and you actively need in the trash.
Yeah, there's like no such thing as clogging in purple, because you can just discard it.
Yeah, and then if you think about it, okay, Digivolve the Eismon, draw. I've replaced it. Attack. Okay, it dies unless you're Brandon and it has jamming. Okay, it dies. You draw 3 cards. You discard 2. You've replaced the Eismon in your hand, and then you've drawn an extra card. And you're playing purple, so you want to interact with your trash. You put what you want in there.
Yep.
Graceful Charity, Yu-Gi-Oh, gone. Man. Pot of Greed, gone. These cards that draw and do this kind of stuff are always going to get hit some way or another, unless it's a card like what is it, Heretic of the Dragons? No,
I think you're right.
The Gray. Yeah. Is that it? Where you draw 3 cards?
Arab Dragons.
I'm sorry.
3 costs.
But that's a 3. That's a 3 cost card
to draw 2.
And it's not a body that gets you to like poke at security.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Eismon is doing damage and fueling your engine for your win con.
Yes.
Oh. Because if you guys don't look forward to the sets, because I know Chris doesn't, Sean doesn't do it a whole lot. Basically, Apocalypse, the whole idea of the deck is you get all of your Dark Masters, which is your Piedmon, Puppetmon, Machinedramon, Metal Seedramon, into the trash with other generically good level 6s with on plays. So you're looking at any basically Royal Knight card, like your Jessmons, your Gallantmons, your stuff like that. You get them in the trash. You can then hard play Apocalypse for only 3 memory because you have all the Dark Masters in trash. The Apocalypse comes out, you put all your sources under it, and you just mill your opponent. You're also poking at them, and if you kill it, they're just going to play it again. Plus, you get to tuck a level 6 every turn. So,
hold on. People wanted Apocalypse hit.
Yeah,
it's a good card, but it's not the problem. Apocalypse by himself.
But
Apocalypse's the payoff. The engine was the issue.
Apocalypse's not filling the trash.
Yeah. Nope.
You got to hit the cards that fill the trash. What? So what if I hit Apocalypse? Guess what? Let's put Apocalypse to 1. Okay, I'm a lucky player. I drew it turn 1. I milled my whole deck. I'm still killing you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they out it, then they never have to deal with it again.
Yeah. It's just like, let's slow that down. Not hit Apocalypse. He's not the problem.
No, it's 100% the engine. And that was the thing.
Yes.
That's why they hit 3 purple cards that all enabled that engine. So, I think the deck can still be strong because you still have access to the Garu engine. Just instead of Eismon, you're probably swapping out for the starter deck 6 Garurumon, which is also a once per turn draw 1, discard 1. You're keeping your Garu X's, and then the lower end stuff you can probably swap out for some more generically good purple level 3s, because purple has so many good level 3s. But like even Labramon, on play, draw 1, discard 1.
They printed a new one in the starter deck.
Yeah, so you have
It has
options.
the same effect. It's just a different Digimon.
Yeah.
So what other cards were touched on the ban list, Sean? Did you want to talk about one?
What else got hit? So Geo got hit to 1.
Mirage.
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 Yeah, the Mock Galgamon. I can't remember which one it is.
I think Mock was probably a good call, because once we get the training cards, it was going to be Mirage and Shine Greymon. Like, that was the format for BT14, from my understanding, was if you weren't playing one of those two decks, you probably just lost. So I think Mirage probably got hit harder than Shine did, because
I think Mirage still has good level 5s, but they definitely hurt the good one. They definitely hit it. Like, it can still do damage. But the thing is, you play the other one now, but its effect is way worse, because you have to, if you want to trigger its effect, you have to swing with it.
Yeah, because it's this one, correct? The EX4.
Yeah, that's the one that got hit.
That's the one that got hit. Yes. That's the one where if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, they just unsuspend.
Yeah, when attacking.
Good.
Whereas
now
the other one's mandatory.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
which you can miss.
When you Evo into
are.
your Mega, most of the time you're gonna proc it, but because it's mandatory, it's not gonna unsuspend it.
Yeah. Which is why I think it's the BT11 one is probably the best one now, because he gives himself DP. You can pretty safely swing with it and then go into your level 6.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. They're going to have to do that.
I think this could maybe, because now that if you really want that extra attack in with it, with your level 5, people will probably start playing Nikolai again, because I know that card got phased out a lot.
Gives you jamming.
Yeah, the problem with Nikolai is
gives you memory
can't
too,
play
which is nice.
Yeah, you can't play it for free. Like, why play Nikolai when I can just play my Thomases for free, But
you're playing one Thomas for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Thomas.
I'm excited to play Blue Hybrid next format. I think one of the reasons they unlimited Tommy is because of all the clear source strip support that BT14 has.
Yep.
And to give us a deck that's blue that is playable besides Mirage. I think the Ace Zudo is going to be really fun to play in Blue Hybrid, because like you can Evo into it or just hard play it for 4, and you can blast Evo into it as well, which is pretty nasty.
Now that's different than in my opinion, because we were talking earlier about blast Evoing to level 6s.
Mm-hmm.
So normally level 6s tend to be a little bit more impactful. Obviously they're supposed to be your boss monsters or your top end.
Yeah.
Now, if I have just a regular old Korikakumon on the board, he's just chilling, your opponent's got to either answer it or they got to do something about it. Now, they can still play around it by not promoting, but, I mean, are you just going to seriously...
the game out?
Yes, then that's the whole point of Blue Hybrid. Now, they're going to have to try and attack, and as soon as that happens, that Zudamon's coming down.
Yep.
Stripping 2 and bouncing something with no sources.
Which is also, I want to say, for the Blue Hybrid deck, why you play Lanamon, because it's going to give you jamming.
You want us to play this
jamming.
We're not playing that card.
You don't need to play that card.
No, okay. Brandon, the Bukamon gives us jamming.
Yeah, if it has a card on the board. Sean, maybe you'll be able to tell me the ruling on this. Does this Bukamon work if your opponent has 0 cards on board? Because I don't think it does.
What does it say?
The exact ruling or wording is your turn while your opponent has no Digimon with equal or more Digivolution cards than this Digimon gains jamming.
Yeah, you get jamming.
Okay. Now, side point. How's your Korikaku going to have jamming if it's on top of Tommy?
You don't need jamming in Blue Hybrid.
You don't need it.
But hear me out. If you're going to want to blast Evo, what if your Korikaku dies to a check?
You just don't swing.
I'm not attacking with it. Brandon, I'm not going to go...
You could.
If you're trying to set up that play, you just don't swing. You Evo into the guy that strips a source, Evo into Korikakumon, and then do something else a pass turn, and then if they do anything, you just blast Evo into Zudo.
Yeah,
Brandon, we're not just gonna
check in.
We're okay, and then what are they gonna do? Promote and attack over it?
Blue Hybrid's game plan is not turbo into your security. They're lock you down out of the game and then kill you.
Know what?
It's a battle of attrition.
Week 1, all of us are playing Blue Hybrid, and I'm going to play Lanamon.
Okay, I can't wait to beat you.
Brandon, you don't understand. I'm not digivolving into my hybrids, especially like my Kudas and my Korikakumons, until they've promoted and done something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just...
Lanamon gives you the ability to do stuff when your opponent's not doing anything.
So does everything else. I don't care if my hybrids die, man. They're hybrids. Who cares?
Anyways, okay, so what else? What else got hit on the ban list that we need to talk about? Was that all the cards?
Yeah, it's only those 7 cards.
That's it. I can't wait for Jet and Grax to come back.
Good. I think, honestly, in my opinion, good ban list. 5 out of 5. They prove that they're willing to take cards off. I'd still like to see them either maybe change that. Like Sean really wants HBD to go to 0 because we think it's limiting Green's potential. We all want to see Jet come off. Maybe there's other cards that could see Jet come off. You know, I'm gonna deduct half a point because they brought Savior back.
That's what I was going to say.
I was going to say that.
4.5 out of 5 because Savior is a mistake.
Just because I know I'm gonna get super high rolled one day. Probably by Mario or Grayson because he's also playing Jesmon.
We have 3 people at our locals who are going to be playing Jesmon because Will plays it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh no!
I remember the first week he came, he had like 2 or 3 of those saviors in his deck.
Blue Hybrid, I'm playing Force Sarai. Playing Force Sarai.
Yeah, I mean, you probably are going to be playing Force Sarai and Blue Hybrid.
Yeah, I know, but the 2 new option cards, they're both pretty good. Marching Fishes and what's the other one?
I already forgot what they do after having read them like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's Vulcan's. It's Vulcan's Hammer. They're both pretty good. I like them both. But you're right. I mean, Sarai is going to be our main one.
Wave of reliability.
But I feel like they're just going to change that to Vulcan's Hammer, right?
No, that's the name.
Oh, that's just the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Both are good cards in my opinion.
I don't think Joe's very reliable. He's whiny.
No, see, now a real fan, Sean. All right, moving on. What's the next topic you guys want to talk about? So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take you guys into a little. I want to bring you guys into my world. Again, we're going back in time to Tuesday morning. Chris is at work.
Yeah.
I work overnights. I'm in the dairy cooler. It's cold. I'm putting away freight.
I get a message.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the ban list. I get a message from Sean. Tommy and Savior are off the list. And I go, what? And I go back through our messages, and Brandon sent a picture, a meme, that was shown on the Facebook page. I want this inside information, Bandai, so I can get my cards before everyone else buys them off TCG Player. And then there's a hole in the market where Curry Kakumon was $5 to $8, and now he's $20. How are these people getting this information?
So quick.
I'm in the dairy cooler. I have no service there. I can't load TCG Player to buy my cards. Chris, you should have already had these cards. Bandai never showed or proved to us that they were willing to take cards off, so there was no point investing in cards that weren't going to be on there that I'm never going to play.
We always just hoped and never assumed that they were going to bring anything off the list.
Yes, and guess what? Guess what Sean told us right before we got on the podcast today? What card's not on the marketplace right now, Sean?
Jet Sylphie. There are no copies available pre-release stamped.
None, because guess what? Now they've proven they'll bring cards off.
Gone.
Yeah, there were only a few copies listed, but they got bought out when the ban list got leaked. So like that person was like, "Oh, that's probably going to come back," so they just bought them.
Yeah, yes, because Brandon sent us that meme hours before the ban list.
Yep.
Either that guy is very lucky and just guessed the exact 2 cards, right? That Bandai's never proven that they're willing to pull cards off. Unless he got very lucky in picking those 2 exact cards. Tommy and Savior, rising from the graves. Or he knew.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
Yeah.
And these marketplaces reacted immediately. Sean, what did you buy off the marketplace, Sean? In your reaction?
How did your shopping cart look?
I bought some alt art Marcuses, some pre-release stamp Beowulfs, event pack Korikakus. I got something else. What else did I get? Maybe that's it.
I just think it's crazy. Like, I understand this is like players' reactions and this stuff happens, but it's like obviously someone knew and was able to react before the player base knew. So I want to know what's going on there. How did they know?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? What's funny is, so I just happen to be awake because like I sleep like regular people hours, and I happen to wake up in the middle of the night, like 15.
Your spidey sense was tingling.
15 to 20 minutes before the ban list got leaked, and so like I actually put stuff in my cart and then sat there and like reflected on it. Like after the ban, like I read the ban list, saw that stuff came off, and I was like, do I really want to buy these things? And I sat there and left them in the cart for probably like 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, yeah, this feels like a good investment. And then I bought them. Like, it took people a long time before stuff actually started getting bought up.
Yeah. As soon as it did, though, floodgates were open.
Oh, yeah.
I got so lucky. I managed to snag Chris one copy of Event Pack Korikakumon for $5. So,
yeah. I think I paid max price for the event pack Korikakus just because I am going to play Blue Hybrid next format. Everything else I got for like pre-ban list prices, including the Marcus I.
I also did preemptively buy, I finally bit the bullet and bought 4 copies of the Royal Knight Binder Gabumons.
I thought you were going to say event pack Solarmons.
No. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Red Hybrid this next format.
I mean, it's just a good generic card to have. Like, I have event pack Solarmons and then the Hollow Psychmons, just because it's a good card.
Brandon, let me explain to you as a player. You're gonna pick up Lugamon like you want to. You're not gonna like it.
Probably.
You're gonna go back to Gabumon. You're gonna get pub stomped again because it's not at full power. Yeah. And then you're gonna go, I just want to play an uninteractable deck. You literally were just telling me this a couple days ago. I want to play an uninteractable deck where my opponent, it doesn't matter what they do. Yep. It's just me.
Yep.
As long as they're not playing Blackwood Greymon, it's just you.
Yep. Again, you will be playing Red Hybrid next set.
I'm going to try my hardest not to. Because Red Hybrid, for me, is like a safety blanket. You know, I don't have to worry about what's in security. Because that's my biggest flaw. Like, my biggest opponent in a card game isn't my opponent. It's what's their security.
Sounds like a skill issue.
This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. There's going to be a week at locals. There's going to be 1 week where you're going to bring, like, Gabumon. Round 1, you're going to be playing against Sean. Blue Hybrid versus Gabu. He's going to beat the hell out of you. Done all your Digimon. You're going to get a Sarai hit out of security. You're just going to lose it. You're going to
I can't win. I guess I can't win.
Hey, I guess I just can't play. Round 2 is going to happen, right? Okay, round 2 is going to come around. You're going to get paired against Mario, and he's going to be playing Jess. He's going to kill you by turn 3.
We're going to high roll you.
He'll kill you by turn 3. And then you're going to be like, what? And then you're going to, okay, you're 0-2 at this point. Round 3, okay, I'm also 0-2. I'm getting pub stomped too. I'm playing Blue Hybrid. Me and Sean playing the exact same deck list. Okay, we're playing the same exact cards. I'm 0-2 though. He's 2-0. Okay.
It's called rarity stacking.
And then I'm gonna pub stomp you. I'm gonna pub stomp you again. I'm gonna have 3 Sarai stacked in my security. You're gonna lose. Okay. In round 4, you're gonna be playing against Grayson. He's gonna high roll you with Jessmon. Okay. That's how 1 week of locals is going to go.
Round 4 is going to be the bye for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be the bye. That's what's going to happen, Brandon, okay?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's very likely.
And then you're going to be like, man, I have this almost max rarity Red Hybrid deck I could play. But I'm too cheap to buy like $15 Solarmons.
Nah, see, do we know when... This is slightly off topic. Do we know when we're getting the limited pack cards?
No. I haven't looked into it. I'm excited to get them, but
yeah, I saw a foil Atomic Inferno and I popped off.
I think what you're referring to is limited pack 2, which is even farther away.
I will say too, going back to the marketplace thing, guys, guys, just remember this. And I like Mario as a content creator. There's 2 Marios. We have our Mario that are locals, and then Mario, the one on YouTube.
Yeah, not the Canadian Mario with.
Yeah. He's really the only person I see do market watches. And I saw this a lot back when I played other card games. When people do market watches, it absolutely that's just his opinion, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, just remember
one
that.
dude's opinion heavily affects the market.
Just because he says he thinks this card's good or this card does this in this upcoming format, just because maybe it did well in Japan, don't let that affect you guys. Okay, let me tell you guys another story.
It's the player psyche you keep talking about, Chris.
Yes.
It's FOMO. All it is he's triggering FOMO, and people are like, I gotta buy this card.
Fear of missing out. Missing out. You're right. Let me explain to you guys something. I learned this lesson the hard way. Now, these two give me hell for it. I can't remember which set it was. It was the set with Armageddon
BT5.
Okay.
BT5 pre-release night. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Okay. Guys, don't buy cards. Don't buy cards on pre-release night. Okay, buy your boxes, and that's it. Wait until full release. I know we all have FOMO, and we gotta have the cards now. I want my deck now.
Shiny.
I want to play it now. I want it now. Okay, but guys, don't be like me and pay a full $60, because that's what DCG player said on pre-release night that the Armageddon alt art was going for, because I thought this card was going to be so good. You couldn't activate your level 7 effects. I don't care. Armageddon said no. But guess what? It played in a deck called Diaboromon, and that deck's bad. Okay? Don't be like me and pay a full $60 because you want the card.
I walked up to Chris when I watched this happening and said, don't do this. I don't even remember. I think it was Pedro you were trying to buy it from?
Maybe, but
I straight up was trying to block the sale. Yes. I walked up, disrespected that person entirely, and just addressed Chris, and I was like, don't buy that. Wait a week. You are overpaying so bad.
The next week, maybe 2 weeks.
No, it was the next. It was the next Friday.
It was the next week. It was like what, $10, $10.
Yeah.
Don't let other people's opinions or like something like pre-release night, because you have FOMO, affect the marketplace like that and affect you guys to impulse buy cards. Don't go and watch a market watch video.
You're probably laughing because you looked up the price, didn't you? That's what I just did.
It's pennies. It's pennies. Yeah, it's pennies, guys. We know. It's pennies.
Bro, you know how many Armageddon alt arts you could buy with $60 now?
Yeah,
probably most of them.
Edit this part out. Anyways, like I'm saying, guys, this is why I wanted to bring up the marketplace video, is because one, look how the ban list can affect things. Mm-hmm. Now that we know they're willing to take cards off. And then two, just because someone posts a market watch video, don't let that give you FOMO, because he can't predict what the format's going to look like. No one can. We can't predict what anything's going to be. In
a good guess.
You can guess
and stuff like that.
You can guess. Now, again, if you have the money and you don't care, then you don't care. But for those players who are maybe budget players or even new to the game, mm-hmm. and are looking up YouTube and they're going on, they're watching content and they see this market watch video and they're like, oh my god, I gotta buy this card now before it spikes. Guys, he's already uploaded the video. It's already spiked. It's already gone up just because of one guy's opinion. And again, I like Mario. I love his content. I watch it all the time. Okay,
but don't buy into it though.
You don't have to buy into it. Let it settle. It's gonna spike and then let it settle. You don't have to buy it on pre-release night. Give it a week or two, and then buy it then once it's settled.
Yeah, I feel real bad for the people who were freaking out about RB1 prices. And if you look at them now, they have just steadily gone down.
Yeah, it's because people realize the decks in that set are terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Gomamon stands that just are on the coping that think that deck is...
Who?
I'm sorry, Gamamon. Whatever his name is, dude. Who cares? He's
that fake Agumon.
Like, even the super special silver altar series Summon is going for like 70. That's like the cheapest chase pull besides like maybe Altar S.
Alteresson's Wart Defeat are cheaper than it, but only because the set's been out longer. Give it like another couple of months and that card would be like 10, 15 bucks.
Proximamon is $20 for the alt art.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, if certain people don't have, if they're still proxying cards when we come Friday, I'm gonna have to tell certain people, no, it's been multiple weeks in this format. You either need to replace it or
just
get
buy
the card.
Just buy
get the card.
Was Mel still proxying Arcturus on Friday?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to just tell them no. Either give me the win or replace it. One of the two. I'll let you do it 1 week, okay? That's just because it was the week after RB1's release. Understandable. You don't have the card.
Yeah, even if you'd ordered it probably wouldn't have come in.
It wouldn't have been there yet, yeah.
But it's been 3 weeks now, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time because we didn't have a pre-release of RB1. We just got it, right?
It was straight release, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what is this card called that he's proxying?
Arcturus. It's the purple level 6.
Did I already pass it then?
You did. It's like the 5th or 6th most expensive card from this set.
Oh, okay. It's $11. Come on.
Okay, boom. That's nothing. Just buy the card.
How many do you play in that? Like 2, 3?
Well, I don't play bad decks, so.
Oh, fair enough. I'd still lose to it. I'd swing with my level 5 and it would die.
Oh, Chris still loses to it as well, but, you know.
Yeah, well, I was also playing Bunny deck and he has retaliation. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
That's true. You were also handicapping yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. The third and final topic is cards you would like to see designed in the future. Because I know there's a good few, like Sean, I know what he's going to talk about, and I want to give him the platform to talk about it. Yes, Chris.
More Agumons.
Oh, okay, good. Revolutionary.
All Agumons.
Yeah.
All Agumons.
Oh, do
Sean,
I get to go first?
Start us off with this.
Yeah, this should be Sean's topic.
So, Lord Nightmon X, 100% needs to happen. So I've actually theorized like effects they could give it that would still be balanced but be very strong. I think the best. So I kind of teeter back and forth on like how broken do I want it to be without like being like, hey man, you can't print this card. So it needs to have something similar to Lord Nightmon's All Turns effect where it's big. But I think a way to do that is to have it have a blanket effect where it lowers your opponent's Digimon's DP by how many other Digimon you have in play.
Hell no.
I think that would be sick and would be in line.
No.
Because if you Evo into a Lord Nightmon X that does not also have some kind of DP gain or something giving that effect, you're just going to get ran over.
Okay, but hear me out. You're locking people out of, because let's say it's 1,000 per body.
Yeah, Lord it would be 1,000 per body.
Notorious for having multiple bodies on the board. That locks out certain level 4s.
Hold on, real quick.
That's just Shine Greymon Ruin mode.
Think about it.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We all agree Shine Greymon Ruin mode's good, right?
Yes, but Shine Greymon Ruin mode has the ability to blanket 10k just with one body. Lord Nightmon have to go unchecked for multiple turns in order to do 10k.
How much is Lord Nightmon X Digivolving on top of Lord Nightmon?
It's just going to cost 1 to Evo. So here's the thing.
One for Ruin mode. Let's go.
Yeah, so he would be 1 to Evo and then 4 to hard Evo, like most of the good X Evos. Yeah. He would not get that blanket effect unless you had X Antibody or Lord Nightmon underneath him.
Of course.
Okay.
And I think potentially maybe on Evo unsuspend or something like that. But he would only have that blanket DP effect as far as like everything else. Like he wouldn't be able to play bodies for free or anything. So like it would be something you could go into after like you're ending your turn.
Yeah. I had an idea as well, because I also thought about it. I thought it would be very interesting if it gave Knights Rush. So any card with Knight played during that turn gains Rush. So, and then you could even have a new Nightmon whose inheritable would be to unsuspend.
Well, we have a new promo Nightmon coming.
The pack thing, right?
I'm not sure what it comes in, but I think it's
promo,
black
right?
and yellow, and it's the first yellow warrior we've got since BT5. Thanks, Bandai.
Oh yeah, warrior. Yeah, warrior.
The inheritable is when one of your other Digimon attacks, or when another Digimon attacks. I think you get to play a level 3 black or yellow Digimon from your hand.
Yes, it is the promo pack that also has the Shadramon, the Morphomon, the Rusty Ace, the Diaboromon Ace.
The problem with that card, though, that sounds like more of a card for, unfortunately, Chessmon than it does like.
It is, but it has
Nightmon.
an on Evo / on play effect of minusing. I think it's 3k one of your opponent's Digimon per body you have in play.
Oh, okay, so that's where that comes in.
That is how that works.
So the thing, so I like the Lord Nightmon X idea. Obviously, saying everything
mini
you said,
Shine
Sean.
Greymon Ruin mode. Yeah.
I think you could balance it. Maybe you only do it for the turn.
For the turn,
right?
Yeah.
For the turn it comes out,
potentially.
Like, still give it the effect of it gains 1,000 DP for every Digimon. Like that's just a thing, right?
Or like, what if it gains all the effects of Lord Nightmon's underneath him?
I also thought of that, like it just because which X card does that, where it just gains all the effects. Is it Jesmon?
Jesmon GX just activates their when Digivolving effects.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So I could see it like, hey, if you Digivolve this on top of a Lord Nightmon, it gains all of its effects plus this. Like for as many Digimon that you have on the board for the next turn, your opponent's board gets like minus 1,000.
Yeah.
I could see it being for one turn. It'd still be really good, but I think it'd be more balanced.
A little more balanced. Yeah.
And my thing is, I'm really surprised we haven't gotten this card yet, because I know you haven't played it, Sean. But Lord Nightmon is very, very important, not only to the anime for Season 4, right, Frontiers, but also very important to the games, the two not most recent games, because we had Next World Order, but for Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. Like, Lord Nightmon is...
Hacker's Memory, not so much, but it's definitely Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, I mean, well, Hacker's Memory is happening at the same time, but yeah, you're right. It's like, to a certain point, it's the main antagonist.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand why this card hasn't gotten way more support than what it has, because I remember when I was a kid back in the day, even now, when I watch Frontiers, Lord Nightmon's awesome.
Yep.
I love Lord Nightmon and Dynasmon. And then even in Cyber Sleuth, Lord Nightmon's awesome in that game too.
Goated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that they pick the cards they want to give support to, and I'm surprised as well that this is one of those cards that hasn't gotten more support.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
especially since you got Leopardmon X before Lord Nightmon X.
Right.
And Leopard mode. Like, it got two slide evos. Yeah.
So no, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the first shred of support we got for Lord Nightmon was that promo Nightmon that Japan got. That's it. Since BT.
Yeah, we're getting that with BT14 as a box topper, by the way.
It would definitely. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, the Diaboromon Ace, the Rusty Ace, the Morphomon, all of them. I'm pretty sure they're box toppers.
I know another deck I'm going to be building for BT14, so that's very exciting.
Oh, another new Lord Nightmon deck.
Yes, 100%.
What was I going to say? So, I think for more cards, they would need definitely a Kotemon X antibody.
They need to, the full line needs to have X antibodies, because that would also give us more warrior targets for Lord Nightmon to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to be careful with giving the entire line X antibody.
No, we don't.
Because now Lord Nightmon has access to Cool Boy and Big Oof. Imagine you X evolve for free.
Mm-mm. You wouldn't
play all this other stuff out for free.
I wouldn't play Cool Boy and Lord Nightmon. You have an amazing searcher in Kotemon. You don't need Cool Boy.
Yeah, Gladimon's not bad either. grab it from security.
Oh yeah, 100%. 4 Cody, 4 Gladdy.
So with Chris bringing up the video games, that was actually going to be cards I'd like to see designed. I wanted to bring up characters from those video games that we haven't had yet. So we've had Nokia, we've had Takumi, we've had Miri, we've had Rina, we've had Taiga, we've had all these characters.
Rina's like OG, and same with Taiga.
Yeah, Miri as well. She's in a lot of them. But I want to see characters I want to see characters from Hacker's Memory. I want to see the rest of the characters from Cyber Sleuth. So I want to see Yuko. I want to see Yugo. I want to see the main pro tag from Hacker's Memory. I think his default name is Kisuke. We have to see his entire Tamer group.
Hacker's like hella underrepresented. Like Cyber Sleuth got a bunch of cards.
Cyber Sleuth had a whole line for each of them. Like Takumi was more generic, but Arata being the Diaboromon Tamer, perfect. Nokia being the Omnimon Tamer, perfect. But I want to see more. And there's one archetype, which is something I've been brewing on for a while, that I want to see get made into a card, is Cyber Sleuth's version.
I know what you're talking about.
Cyber Sleuth's version of D-Reaper, which is called the Eaters. The Eaters are essentially a virus that eat, as the name implies, the mental data of humans, putting them into a comatose state. Now, maybe, this is all speculatory, of course, maybe the reason they got this guy back is because in the pipeline, we could be getting more Tamer hate like cards. So imagine they made an archetype where their whole deal is hunters, but for Tamers. Like, imagine you got to hard slap a card on the board, and you just yink their Tamer underneath your card. Sorry, your Tamer's gone. Your Tamer's mine now. I have your Tamer.
Black War.
It's underneath my stack.
Black War.
Yeah. Imagine Black War, but, like, its archetype is white, because it's going to be a white deck, because the Eaters are white. And its whole gimmick is stealing your opponent's cards to fuel your engine. I think that'd be pretty cool.
You know what? I'm surprised I haven't thought about this yet, Brandon. You're right. They've done white decks based off like the viruses in lore. We've got D-Reaper,
Argomon,
Eosmon, Argomon. You're right. They haven't done Eaters yet. Yeah. That's so crazy to me that we haven't done something. Maybe there's just not enough. No, because they have like almost a whole line, right?
Yeah. No, because there's the big
even have body. A Tamer. They even have a Tamer already built into it. Like, they have everything they could use for this deck. It's crazy.
So, like, a slight spoiler for the game. It's not super big, but one of the characters gets turned into, like, an Eater, and it's crazy.
Is that, like, the Jerry Reaper card?
It's worse. It's much worse.
It's all there. Just do it.
Yeah, it technically happens to two people. One person gets, like, kidnapped and put into an Eater, and it comes this, like, giant amalgamation thing. And then another character graciously accepts it into their body, and then has an arm of an Eater, and starts, like, Marcus Damon punching Digimon.
So these theaters you're referring to, what kind of movies do they play?
Funny. By the way, guys, I went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon. I highly suggest it if you have 3.5 hours.
I don't have 3.5 hours. You lost me at 3.
Yeah,
such a good movie. Worth every minute.
I still haven't even seen the original Avatar movie because it's too long.
Continue.
Yeah, I just think getting these Eaters would actually be a pretty interesting deck. Not to mention, if we do get more from these Eater.
Theaters.
E-A-T-E-R-S.
Are we not saying the same thing? Theaters?
No, you're saying as in watch a movie. These things are people that they eat things.
Theaters.
Okay. Now you're just trolling. Come on now.
I've been trolling.
Yeah, clearly. Where was I at? You made me lose my train of thought.
You're in the theater.
Yeah, so in this theater, you're also going to get Tamers for decks that could get support, such as there's a character who has a partner Digimon of Gaiomon, so I know that would get Sean excited. There's a Machine Dramon partner, and then also I think I don't think we have cards for this archetype yet, but it's an easy green deck. Just give us Fae with the Tiger Vespa.
Don't.
Yeah,
Fae?
I can't remember what the name is, but it's like a bee.
We
It's a
don't have
bee
Vestamon at all, do we?
Yeah, I don't think
Where
we
is
have
that
yet.
whole line?
Fae?
Where's that whole
Is
line
in like
at?
fairies?
No,
F-
that's the tamer name.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Yeah, the actual mon itself is like a wasp. It's really sick. It's like a
It's got a
bee.
whole line. Where
Is it
is
called
that line?
Waspmon?
No, it's like Tiger Vespamon or something like that.
It's so cool, Sean.
Yeah, I mean,
Where is?
there's apparently like 800 unique Digimon or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I mean, it's
Not a
understandable
lot.
we don't have. Well, I want to see. Speaking of future card designs, I want to see All Fours Digimon Future Mode.
Yeah. Would you make?
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
Would it be a level 6, right, or would it be a level 7?
I think it'd be a level 7, because it'd be
Oh,
like
yeah,
kind of
I
like
found
Ruin Mode or like one of the burst modes.
I found a picture that has the entire line. This is what they look like. They're bees. It's an easy green deck. Green deck does stuff like this all the time.
What bee
Hey,
bees? Bee insects?
The
Yeah, just
Vespa.
insects.
Hey,
Yeah.
that final form.
That's
Eaten,
sick.
it's so cool.
It's got the
So
double
cool.
swords. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need
so
that.
there could be a unique line just for that set.
Yeah, that Gaiomon Slide Evo. We need that one. I forget what it's
Yeah.
called.
Imagine you had a tamer that let you like go into your Gaiomon like Slide Evo combo for cheaper. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
It would make more sense for that random new Gaiomon we had a couple sets ago.
Yep.
Yeah, getting
Plus you could get, like, a new
another Gaiomon you can Evo into besides the BT9 one. That would be cool.
So we just need a better version of the Justimon deck. That's what I'm hearing, right? Because Justimon's whole gimmick is it changes
'cause
arms.
It's Slide Evos. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do that with Gaiomon, but make it good and playable, and definitely not trash.
Yeah. Now that you've brought this up, Brandon, you're right. Like, there's so many Digimon and partners and stuff like
Yeah.
that in the games that they haven't even touched. Like, what's her name? The main detective chick.
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
even a card.
I'm not-
She'd,
That's a
she'd be
huge
the-
spoiler, so I'm not gonna say
I'm not
what
gonna.
she would
I'm not.
support.
I'm not gonna go into it either. But you're right. Like, that would be another perfect card for that archetype. Like, I don't think it needs another I don't think that archetype needs another tamer, but it's there.
Another one that would be entirely unique is the Hacker's Memory unique Digimon. I can't remember exactly what his name is, but it's like something or another Mon. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. But he's also kind of like the Eater. It's their unique Mon made specifically for that game, and he has a
Eater.
whole line. So Hackers.
I want to see like Digivices and
Yes.
crests brought into the game.
Agreed. I'm very surprised they haven't done that either.
Yeah,
Arcadiamon.
I think it'd be cool if they were like their own type, like besides options and tamers. I'm not sure how they could implement them, but I feel like they're like missing out on the opportunity.
I've thought about this before, shower thoughts. That if they were gonna do like either crest cards or like Digivice cards, they'd be like some kind of like support card. And you could like when you activated them, you like played them under your tamer, and they had like inheritables, so they had like an on-play effect, right? And then you could tuck it under like because again that's the whole point, is because the tamer has the Digivice, and then it would have like an inheritable effect. You know what I mean? I don't know.
What if they acted like? What if their in-hand effect was kind of like a rare candy in Pokemon that like kind of let you like warp Evo, but also gave an inheritable, but you would tuck it under the Digimon instead of the tamer.
Oh yeah, I like that too, because again, you're right, because the Digivice is what allows them to Digivolve, so that works in theory or lore too.
Yeah, or it could like reduce the cost of Evo or something like that, like kind of like the training cards, except for it also does something else.
Yeah.
Right.
You can even make them like archetype specific. It's like the Crest of Courage would support specifically Agumon.
Yeah, I think they'd have to be something like that, because I think it'd be kind of...
I mean, people would complain because we'd get Crest of Courage and Crest of Friendship first, and then it would take 3 sets later to get the Crest of Knowledge that everybody wants Izzy support.
I think you mean like 15 sets later, because we still don't really have support for any of the other kids.
Yeah,
I think
sorry,
they're finally
Terrymon
getting it
fans.
like in the next set in Japan.
Yeah.
It's your guys' fault. You guys don't support the lesser characters.
Yep.
Yeah, because they don't deserve it. I don't really think I liked any of the kids from season 1, if I'm being honest. They all got on my nerves.
Not even Ty, our fearless leader?
Ty's too dumb, man. Like,
you're a fake fan! Did you see that map that he drew of Infinity or Spiral Mountain?
I think
I follow that man to the end of the world.
Like, I have to keep in mind that they are children, but
yeah,
I think I think all of them add at least 1 point over the season. Because, like, when Matt gets in his feelings and runs away from the group like a little baby.
the whole season, like twice season.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be I don't know how to be a friend or whatever he says. I don't remember.
TK likes you more than me, Ty, so I have to hate you, and I'm gonna punch you now.
Yeah, TK is basically an infant, so like, but he does get on my nerves with the crying.
Okay, yeah, but Kari's the same age almost as them, maybe a little bit older, and she doesn't cry near. She doesn't cry.
We don't see Kari until later, though. Like, she's older.
She's not until Myotismon.
Yeah, she's older than that by the time we see her.
Yeah, but think about it. Myotismon literally has her by the neck, is like threatening to kill her, and Kari's just like, oh, that's okay. TK's in that situation. He's crying.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think there obviously is a screw loose in Kari's head, though.
Kari's a thug. Yeah, especially if you get into season 2 lore. Kari's a thug.
Yeah.
TK turns into a thug too. He punches the Digimon Emperor right in the face.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He takes a whip hit to the face and goes, "Oh, that's the best you got?"
Yeah.
Joe's a whiny baby.
No, don't. We're not gonna start with this.
Joe is the oldest kid on season 1, and he is the biggest whiner. Yeah. Like, he whines more than TK does, and TK is a baby.
Alright, you know what? Let me drop both of you into a forest where there's a giant bug that's trying to eat you both, and let's see how you both react.
Here's the deal. I would understand the situation I'm in, but I wouldn't repeat it constantly, because that does nothing. That benefits no one. You just constantly bringing it up how screwed we are.
Yeah, do I get a Digimon?
Yeah.
No. Then you don't get one.
If I get one, I'm eating.
Regardless if I got a Digimon, the people that do stuff like that get on my nerves, because it's like, yes, we understand we're in a bad situation. You reminding us about it does not help.
You're not helping.
Yeah. Do you remember the episode where they get the eggs? And he's complaining about everybody else, how they eat their eggs. Let them eat their eggs. Stop gatekeeping eggs. Yeah. All right, just because one of them was like, I want jelly beans and ketchup. All right, come on. Don't gatekeep.
Joe is the true villain of season 1. Change my mind.
I'm gonna make you eat jelly beans and eggs.
As long as they're not like bean boozled, okay?
I mean, if I'm not eating them, I don't care how you eat your eggs. But I don't want jelly beans in my eggs.
I mean,
jelly beans are gross.
Give me some salt, give me some pepper, give me a little bit of cheese, and a little bit of maple syrup, and we're good. Maple syrup goes on everything.
Yeah, it does. It is very good.
Because, you're eating your pancakes and your maple syrup drips onto your eggs. So it doesn't hurt it.
Yeah, guys, I have some unfortunate news. We have to wrap this up. Otherwise, people are going to get upset. It's going to be too long. It's going to be too long.
Timestamps.
They want
shout out. Yeah, shout out to the first low-key negative comment we got.
I didn't even see it as negative.
It was constructive feedback, but it was presented in a super dry way, which
like I said, low-key.
I mean, I understood the timestamp thing because but that's a bunch of editing that I wouldn't want to do. Like, I'm not doing that. This is Sean, and if he doesn't want to put timestamps, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to do it. And then at the same time, guys, this is.
I feel like it would be pretty easy because he goes through and does the overlay with the. Just look for where the name changes.
Timestamps are a completely separate thing.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I don't know the back end stuff.
And then not only that, this is a podcast. I don't know what kind of podcasts people normally listen to. The ones I listen to are usually at least an hour to 2 hours long.
Yeah, whenever I watch a podcast that's less than an hour long, I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah. I listen to it at work, right? I listen to the Pat McAfee podcast, and when I see him upload a 4-hour podcast, I'm like, I'm eating. I want longer podcasts. I want them.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour podcast right there.
Yeah, like that's what I want. Now it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but like this is something you throw up and you can listen to, or you put it in as background noise, or you're doing housework, or you're building a deck or something. You just throw on in the background and listen to.
Building a deck.
Right? Yeah, building a deck. You're going through your 8 boxes of bulk that we have.
So my brain immediately went to like a deck outside when you first said that. Then I realized you probably meant like an actual Digimon deck.
So,
But when you the moment you said it at first, I was like, "Well, what a random thing to say." And then I was like, "Oh wait, he's talking about like building a Digimon deck."
Bring me my box of screws.
I need
Bring me the other battery. Bring me the battery for the drill.
I want to finish this deck today.
Yeah. Bring it. I want to wax it too. Yeah, real nice.
Give me the wood stain.
Some lacquer on it.
So yeah, I mean, again, good ban list by Bandai. Marketplace, don't have FOMO, guys. It's okay.
It drives like it's so easy to drive sales via FOMO.
Yep.
Because it's a huge psychological factor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guilty of it. I get FOMO constantly. That's why I don't really look at the market as much as I used to, because like I would just see stuff and get FOMO and get it.
And then, guys, perfect subject. Comment down below what kind of cards you guys would like to see created in this card game. I mean, Brain, you're completely right. I never even thought about the eaters.
Yep.
There's so many Digimon and partners.
All the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sean. Okay. You love theaters, but you won't go see Killers of the Flower Moon. It's too long for you.
Correct.
Like, there's
That's
so
exactly
many,
what I said.
There's so many cards in this game that have yet to be implemented.
Just know if it's Kabuterimon support though, Sean doesn't want to read it. All right.
I love Agumon. I love Greymon. Maybe we can go a set without it if it means trying to get in some of these new cards, getting some new stuff in.
Oh, yeah. I'll take 5 sets without Agumon support if it means we get Lord Nightmon X, and it's actually good.
If it's actually good.
If it's
that's what we. Go ahead, Sean.
If it's like they need to give us enough support to where the deck is good again, not just be like, oh, here's a card like the Nightmon we're about to get. Like, here's a card.
Here's a card.
That's not do much for you.
10 sets after this deck was meta. Here's a card.
That's where we can end it right there, guys. Sean got it in one more time. Give us Lord Nightmon X, and he'll be happy.
Yes.
Sean will get it in a lot more than just once.
Yeah.
He is in for this Lord Nightmon X.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Savior's going to get hit again. I think it's going to be a oops, sorry, back to 1.
Hey,
emergency ban.
If Sean was on Facebook and he was part of the group, like the Facebook group page, he would just be like Dan Vang, or Dan. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong. He'd be just like Dan on every post of the Digimon page I see. He's talking about Imperial Dramon, and that would be Sean, but with Lord Nightmon X. Every post, it could be about nothing. It could be about nothing, and he'd just be like Lord Nightmon X ? Every post.
Oh, did you guys see that new regionals listing? Yeah, but when are we getting Lord Nightmon X?
Lord Nightmon X?
Also, Dynasmon X. We also need Dynasmon X.
Yeah, give us both.
Yeah.
Yes.
When are we getting the rest of the Lucemon support too? Come on now.
The same. I feel like Satan Mode, Lord Nightmon X, and Dynast X are coming out in the same set.
Yeah, I think they're going through each season again. So we've gotten season 1 for 2 sets in a row with BT 14 and 15. And then I think we're going to get season 2 because we're now getting the Imperial Dramon Ace support. And then I think we'll get season 3 Ace support, season 4 Ace support, and we'll just go from there again.
They're not from
Shine Greymon Ace.
Are they from a season?
Yeah, they are in season 4.
They're X antibody forms?
No, the X antibody forms don't exist in the seasons. Any of them.
Well, they need to go start looking at games, because that's clearly their issue, is they're not looking at enough games.
Are the X antibody forms in any games?
Then what are they from?
The movie. The really bad CG movie.
No, that's just Alphamon.
Yeah, that's just Alphamon. But that's where the whole X antibody thing.
Alphamon was in the.
In Try, yeah. But that was
Try
way
movies.
after.
No, that was
the first movie.
Sean, you need to look up the OG Alphamon movie.
I was told I shouldn't by Brandon when I asked about it. He was like, "No,
PlayStation 1 graphics.
it follows the Dorumon and this little journey he goes on fighting Omnimon throughout the whole movie. And a bunch of crazy stuff happens, and he becomes Alphamon. Technically, that's like the first X antibody because it's Dorumon.
Yeah.
Lord Nightmon X debut in the manga.
Okay, so they're in the
Digimon
manga.
Chronicle 10, The Lord of Nights, and 5 or V, whatever.
When?
2018.
So he's relatively new.
Video game Digimon Masters, VPET, Digital Monster X.
Okay.
The VPET? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, yeah.
All right, so hey, you heard it here. Lord Nightmon X coming soon, guys.
Yes. Digimon
Fingers crossed for
Masters.
Sean.
Digimon Masters came out in 2009 in Korea. And then
that's the one with Marcus, right?
No.
It's got Gaomon. Let me see.
It's
got Marcus. It's got Diamond, Matsuru, or whatever, Thomas, Fujita, and
is that the game?
Keenan Crier.
Is that MMO? Yeah, that MMO has a crazy amount of Digimon, like a
Avatar,
bunch of
one of the 4 main characters from Savers.
Yeah. Okay. Masters is that online MMO that has a bunch of Digimon.
Was it an MMO?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a bunch of Digimon. It has a bunch of DNAs too. It has all the Millenniumon forms.
Well, that's cool. See, I want this is completely off topic again, of course. I want a new Digimon RPG that's in the same vein as Hacker's Memory and Cyber Sleuth. Can we just get a new one? Like, what was Survive? Nobody wanted a bloody light novel. We didn't want that. Put your hand down. You didn't want that. Nobody wanted that. Give us a new RPG. That's what we want. Like, what was it? World Next Order? I heard everybody loved that one, right?
You haven't even played it, you fake
Yeah,
fan.
I haven't played it because I want the RPG, but I'm saying, like, everybody got their little, raising simulator. Now give us our dang RPG.
I love that you call people fake fans when they straight up say they're not fans of something, and you're like, fake fan.
You are fake fans, John.
We caught him on tape.
Caught him on tape saying you didn't like this thing, and he's not an actual fan. Fake fan.
Yeah. Fake fan. All right, I'm going to bed.
All right,
Tommy's up.
Yeah, what time is it? It's only 12. Yeah.